know and love our next guest as Molly from the hit show Insecure. Now she's helping us say goodbye to the year 2021 with her new comedy special, Yearly Departed. Please welcome Yvonne Orji.
Hello.
Yvonne, how you doing?
Hi, Boo. Congratulations. You look great.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, you do too. You're glowing. I love it. Now, you've been out here working harder than ever, but before you became a working actress and comedian, you went to the George Washington University and earned not 1, but 2 degrees.
Wow.
Where were you going before you started acting?
Well, I was supposed to be on my way to med school. I don't think it would have worked out well for me or any of my patients. So
Really?
I'm glad I'm doing this.
And what was your second degree in, Yvonne?
I got my master's in public health.
Wow, that is great. So what was the turning point that led you away from medicine into comedy? Because we love you in comedy.
I love me in comedy too. I don't even like blood, so that was not going to be a great career track for me. But one day I entered a pageant, and apparently you need a talent for pageants. And I didn't have one, so I prayed. And I was like, God, come on, you got to throw me a salad. And I heard the voice of God tell me to do comedy. And I said, no, that's not going to work. He was like, well, what else you got? And I didn't have anything left. And, it was at that point that I was like, I'm either going to trust him or I'm not. And then I did comedy and people started laughing. And I thought, well, maybe this was just like a one-time thing. Then I did it again and it worked out. And so here I am.
I was going to say,
later.
Comedy is absolutely a talent. I think it's one of the hardest jobs I wouldn't take on.
It is.
To try to make people laugh.
But it's not surprising with her having a medical degree, because comedy does require thinking. I can see why she's good at it, so it makes sense. Yeah, I'm an
She's
engineer,
smart and
so-
she's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop, keep going. Stop, keep going.
All right, so you're a very spiritual person too. I want to know, how does your worldview influence your approach to comedy?
I think my comedy is very observational. I take everything. The silly stuff that happens, like when I lived in New York, anything that happened on the train was like free game. Or, like general life, like my friends' dating lives might end up in my comedy. Just going to, in my last comedy special, Mama, I Made It, I talked about the kind of bananas I like and the fact that I haggle as a Nigerian. And, I can't, spotted bananas should not be the same as ripe bananas. Like, then prices got to, something's got to give.
Agreed.
I love that. Did you put a lot of those observations in your new book, Bamboozled by Jesus?
Yes. So basically that book is really just telling the story of how I got to be where I am in the most it was not a linear path whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And, it parallels my story with a lot of stories in the Bible, but it's not your grandmama's Bible study. It's like if DMX, rest in peace, boo, if he wrote the Bible, that's what the Bible stories would be like. It was just a little Cardi B and a little, First John just mixed in one. And so I tell my story about how I got to be here and how I feel like God was tricking me along the way, but obviously it was a good trick because I made it. And so it's really for inspiration for anybody who feels like they're in a transition. And I mean, if we coming out of the pandemic, we're all in a transition.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think it's safe to say that Lonnie and I and everybody else in the world is so bummed that Insecure is ending after this season. Especially because the show has done so much when it comes to diversity in Hollywood.
Yes.
So how do you feel about this being its final year?
Did you just boo? Did you just?
I'm mad because I did. I booed because I'm mad it's ending.
Yes,
it should not end, Yvonne.
Oh, I just make sure you send all your mail to Issa Rae at 1 Issa Rae Avenue, okay? Because she's the one to talk to.
Got you.
But we're pretty sad as well. I think we went out with a bang. I hope the fans are happy. I mean, we're a couple episodes in, 3 episodes in now, and Twitter been talking, boy. 1 minute they happy, another minute they're like, crucify them. So, I mean, our show has been, like you said, really good in highlighting diversity, but also highlighting real stories. Like, these are Black characters that are fully realized. They are not just, seat fillers, if you will. No, they are written by Black people for Black characters with all the nuance and without much trauma, if you will.
Yeah, and you know, even like the whole thing with the AKA situation, I was like, Lord, y'all have always been trending in something, and that's what I'm gonna miss the most. But I have to ask you, are you happy with how things ended for your character, Molly?
You you have to watch. But I don't know why my voice was so.
Yeah, but you know when that pitch hits,
Yeah.
we're still debatable right there.
She got real high.
I'm gonna let the fans weigh in on, if they're happy with how things ended for
Okay,
Molly.
so it's up to you to decide, real fam. Okay.